But first, we ventured to Ridgway in the past for its art, trails, and architectural history. Now we take you there for a great spot that has beauty and class, amazing food, and a brewery. The new owner, Jason, tells us the surprising way he acquired the Brew Bank and why it's so important to the community.
Hi, my name is Jason Phipps, and I'm a fourth grade classroom teacher / elementary music teacher / elementary band director / middle school band director / high school band director / middle school choir director / high school choir director. I'm doing one of the biggest plays of my life, and I also own the Brew Bank Brewing Company. My schedule is very, very tight, but you give a busy person a job and they get it done. So, and I always have to do a little shout out to my fourth graders because they're a good group of kids. During all of the time that I'm doing these other jobs, they're my best supporters. The historical provenance on this place and the wonderful town of Ridgway. Ridgway, if you drive through it once, you will just see and notice how incredibly beautiful the homes are. Now, many towns have their Millionaire Row, and we have our Millionaire Row, which is decorated with the beautiful woodwork from this town. The reason why Ridgway is known for the lumber industry, woodwork from our town is in the Capitol and the Pentagon, and also in the Library of Congress. So the money of Ridgway in the turn of the century was flowing greatly. Therefore, the homes and the people of our town, this town was thriving in 1900. This building that we are in right now was built in 1890. It was known for its woodwork. The woodwork in this building is from Hyde Murphy Woodworking Company, which is located in Ridgway. The original bank used to sit across the street. In 1876, they built that bank, but in 1890, they built this luxurious establishment. I'm very fortunate. And it stayed a bank all the way up until 1961. I think it went dormant. It became a sports store at some point in time. Then we also had an antique store in here, and there was a radio station that was running out of the upstairs of this building. As of 2018, the new owner bought it and she turned it into this wonderful establishment that it is today. The business was completed on January 30th, 2020. I decided I was going to wait tables at this new restaurant. So in October of 2020, it opened in January. In October, I started working here. And I worked here all the way up until the time where I bought the place. The woman who bought this invested an incredible amount of money to turn it into what it was. The gentleman who was the antique dealer was more of a hoarder, and he was collecting things, and these rooms were just filled with stuff. Upstairs, hundreds of bicycles. He just collected and collected and collected. The woman bought it in 2018. She spent 2 years making this beautiful microbrewery downstairs and an incredible hotel upstairs called the Sleepy Man Hotel. It's a boutique hotel. It's absolutely adorable. She was looking for something in this town, something that could add to this town. The woman who owned it grew up here as a young child and left after graduating high school. She's made a wonderful fortune, and I believe that she wanted to really give back to this community. So she created this microbrewery as a give back. When her husband started to get ill, she decided to reestablish herself back. She always lived in Texas, but she would travel back and forth. At that time, I was a waiter, and how I got this place, I walked in here on my 50th birthday to find the brewmaster laying in fetal position up in the keg area. And I ran up to him and said, "Andy, are you okay?" Well, he puts his hands over his eyes, he shakes it off, and he looks at me and says, "You need to buy this place." And I started laughing, and I said, "I can't afford it." And he looks up at the camera and says, "She can be your bank." 48 hours later, she flew in from Texas. I never asked. She puts her head down. She looks up at me and says, "It's yours if you want it." And I said the same thing again. "I can't afford it." And she said, "I will be your bank." And that's how I became the owner of the Brew Bank Brewing Company. This teacher who doesn't have much of anything, who's just a worker here putting his kid through college, ends up purchasing this place and hopefully making many wonderful improvements. The ambiance in here is incredible. Our drinks are wonderful. Our waitstaff is spectacular. Our food has improved greatly. And that was what it needed. It needed a little food uplifting by hiring a chef to redesign all of the menu to make sure things are on point. A lot of these microbreweries are microbrewery. They do not have the restaurant. We are a restaurant that is a microbrewery. Our beer is wonderful, but our restaurant's what carries us and makes sure that we make it. I always state this to the customers. Your burgers are never frozen, your soups are homemade, and your desserts are homemade. All of the sauces are made in-house. So when you get a flavor here, you're not gonna get it everywhere else. You're just gonna get it here. We are on the corner of 219. We are across the street from the courthouse, which we are in the county seat. Location, location, location is everything for this pad. But just because you have a beautiful location doesn't mean you're going to get the people to come to that location. We've got to bring away, and we've got to figure out a way to bring people through the door. So that's what we've been working at the most, and that's what's changed. This year we were very fortunate. It's my first full year of service, and we won the 2025 PA Wilds Business of the Year, which is pretty huge for this little business that, the business was established prior to me. But it's kind of when you put your face on something, you really want to push and surround yourself with people that can do jobs better than you. That is my philosophy in everything. And I have an incredible management staff. My wait staff is very well spoken for. I'm very fortunate that I can be that teacher and step away sometimes and not worry about my place not being taken care of. And I hope that we become more of a tourist destination. Our claim to fame for this building is that when it was a bank, it was ran by Archie Dean Swift, which would be Taylor Swift's great-grandfather. He was the head banker here, and he's buried in this town. That's a wonderful situation, and it's a really crazy, wonderful, coincidental. But it is something that we will use in the future, and we've used, and it brings in people as a little PR thing. But I want people to look at how beautiful the structure of this building is, how beautiful this town is. I want to pull you in for a destination. Now, we are at a point where I'm also in a growth point. And fingers crossed, life is an adventure. I'm getting ready to put my neck out again to try to make this place a little bit bigger. We are doing wonderful today at lunch. The place was packed, and it was nice, but we have to tell people they can't come because we don't have any room. We're just slightly outgrowing our space, and I'm hoping for the future that I can grow in multiple directions, if that makes sense.
Earlier in the show, we introduced you to the Brew Bank Brewing Company in Ridgway. Jason, the new owner, is excited about their amazing food and atmosphere. But how's the beer? Well, Andy, the brewer, shares the brewing with us and a location you wouldn't normally think of to store beer.
Welcome to Ridgway, welcome to the Brew Bank. So I've been brewing here since we opened. I've been involved with brewing for 10 or 12 or 15 years. It's hard to exactly tell when that started. Like a lot of commercial brewers, they started as a home brewer, and it just hobby gone wild, and pretty soon you end up doing it on an almost full-time basis. It's a passion I have, I enjoy it, and it seems to work out really well with this, in this building, in this setting. I like the idea of just taking raw ingredients, putting them together, and making something that you can put out to the public and sell it. There's a lot of satisfaction derived from that. We're the neighborhood brew pub. This is where you go to have a sandwich, to have a really great meal, to drink a beer when you need to. All of our beer is brewed as fresh as we can get it. We don't sell any commercial beers here, only our beer that we make. All starts with grain and hops and yeast, and all of that is processed here and kegged here and carbonated here and served here. Altogether, we've probably served 25 or 30 different beers here in the last several years. We've got 4 or 5 normals that are always on, and then rotating taps for everything. A really popular beer here is the Andy Shandy. It's a blueberry shandy. That's unique. You can't really find any style like that easily. Yeah, we're pretty happy to serve that here. The original vault is now our walk-in cooler, and it's actually a 2-stage vault. There's actually a vault in the basement directly underneath this one that is pretty reinforced. The town of Ridgway could blow away. Our vault will still be standing, rest assured. So yeah, we're good.
That's right, keep that beer safe. And we are done. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Kaleidoscope. Keep up to date with Kaleidoscope on our website, or join the others who have liked our Facebook page. And as I always say, for a different view of our region, look at life through our kaleidoscope. I'll see you next weekend.